Hey guys, it's Elena. Recently I did a digital acrylic pour video in the Procreate app, and I showed how to make realistic cells in your digital acrylic pours. However, I had an idea that I wanted to take this a little bit further in a less realistic direction because I wanted to add some patterns to the acrylic pour. So in this video, I just want to experiment with this idea, and I'll be using my acrylic pour brushes and my pattern reveal brushes. Both of these sets are brush sets for Procreate, and you'll find all the links in the description if you're interested in using those brushes. But let's just go ahead and see where we go with this idea. So this was the experiment that I was doing, and maybe we'll make something a little bit like this. So let's go ahead and make a new canvas, and let's just go with screen size. And I'm going to be starting out with my acrylic pour brush set, and then I will be moving on to my pattern reveal brush set. But we'll get to that in a minute. The color palette that I'm going to be using is called the Pattern Reveal Color Palette, and this comes with the Pattern Reveal brushes, which I'll be using at a later point. So on the background color, let's change that to black. So I tapped the background color, and then I just double tapped by the black. So now we're just going to fill this layer with colors, and I'll just rename that so we know what we're doing. So I'm not going to go into huge detail on this one, but I'm basically just going to choose either the paint splat, or maybe I'll go with fluid pour number 2, and I'll just choose some bright colors and add color to this page kind of randomly. So I think I'm happy with that. And again, what I just did was I used the fluid pour number 2 brush from my acrylic pour brush set, and I used random colors from the Pattern Reveal color palette, and I added all of this to the same layer, and this will form a base layer. And so what we're going to do now is on this colors layer, we're going to tap that and tap mask. So now we've got the mask above the color layer. It doesn't look like anything has happened because the mask is filled with white. So with a layer mask, white reveals and black covers up. So what we're going to do now is we're going to the colors, and we're just double tapping over by the black, double checking our hex code that it's all zeros. And now on the layer mask, we'll tap that and tap fill layer. Now this might be a bit confusing. There was a question on the last video, so I wanted to clarify that the reason this is black is because of the background color, not because of the layer mask. So if I turn off the background color, you can see we actually have absolutely nothing showing here. So if the background color was white, let's just turn that back on. So if the background color was white, this is what we would see, even with the layer mask being filled with black. The background color is what's showing through, because the black here means that everything in the color layer is covered up. That's all it means. It doesn't mean it's actually black. But let's just go back to black in the background color. So in our layer mask, we're going to choose white. And then in the layer mask, we're going to paint the color back on. What I did in my previous video was I used cell brushes to uncover the texture, but I wanted to show you, you can actually do this with the fluid pour brushes as well. So let's just choose number 7 and just have a look. We could actually, in fact, I do kind of like that. So let me actually choose some more of these and just see, how do we feel about this? I've used a couple of the fluid pour brushes here. So I used number 7, 6, and 4. And I just uncovered some texture here with those fluid pour brushes. But now I'd also like to add some cells. So I'm just going to go down to the dynamic cells brushes here, and I'll go with number 1. And I'm still in white, and I'm still just painting into the layer mask layer. So I'm just going to add a couple of sparing marks. So I'm just kind of tapping. And if we go too crazy on these brushes, then we have a lot of overlapping and it won't look super realistic. So I'm just kind of tapping these on like that. So let's just go with one more cell brush. Let's go with number 5 and tap this on a few places, like maybe here. So I'm liking where this is headed. I'm not loving how there's kind of a repeating like ring shape here because I used that brush maybe a bit too much. So what we can actually do with a layer mask is we can switch to black, and still inside the layer mask, we can choose kind of a neutral brush. So in the Procreate library, this is just the regular library that comes with Procreate. Under basics, there's a brush called Forester, and I like to use this one for erasing, but it also works well with layer masks as a brush in black. So I'm just gonna make sure that's nice and small. And I'm using black, and I can just erase things like this. So I'm just kind of going around and looking if there anything else that I want to erase, and maybe this one as well, but I think I'm okay happy with this for now. So now what we have is this kind of psychedelic looking acrylic pour texture, and it's from the colors here and the layer mask. This is not strictly necessary, but what you can do, you can tap on this layer here and tap merge mask. And now this is all just in one layer. The mask is no longer there. And if I wanted to keep editing this, I would have kept the mask, but I don't really want to do that. So I'm just going to go ahead and merge that just to kind of show you that you can do that if you're short on layers. But anyway, I actually want to duplicate this. So I'm going to swipe left and duplicate. You can see the whole thing gets brighter because we now have 2 layers of the same. And I wanted to change the blend mode of this top layer just to kind of make it stand out a bit more. So I'm going to tap on that N, and then we can open up our blend modes menu here, and we can change the blend mode. So I wanted to make this a bit brighter. So I was thinking maybe add or screen. Let's go with add, and that is really bright. So if we tap on that one again, we can actually change the opacity so that it's at about 50%. And so that adds a little bit of something and makes it all a bit brighter, but it's not completely overpowering. So I'll just leave those together as the base layer, and I won't merge this one down because I might still want to fiddle with this. So now what we want to do is add another layer, and this will be a layer where we will add more colors on top of this. So I'm just going to change the name of this to top colors. So in this top colors layer, let's just tap that N and change the blend mode to difference. And this will make the colors below actually pop up through in kind of a psychedelic way. So I'll show you what I mean. So I'm just going to go again in the acrylic pour brush set. I'm going to go with paint splats with cells, and that's at the very top here. And I'm just going to go with kind of one of these dark blue colors. And I'm going to just choose an area and start to paint with this. And you can see how it kind of makes things pop up in an interesting way when we do that. So I'm going to change to a slightly lighter version of the blue and come at it again like that. So we're just kind of adding some background colors to this composition without like messing with the colors themselves. That actually gets really interesting. So I've still got this dark blue, and I'll come at it with a few other colors in a minute here. But I'm just kind of wanting to see what happens if I mess around with this blue here. So let's just choose a lighter blue and kind of add this to a few of the areas where we already added the darker blue. And I'm just testing to see what makes these cells pop up in an interesting way. Let's just choose another color. Let's go with the light green. It's really interesting what's happening with the colors. I really like that green that we're coming up with here. Let's go with orange. And that's actually giving us a purple over here, which I'm not hating. Let's just maybe go with this kind of peachy pink color and see what happens with that. So I just kind of wanted to tone down this orange a little bit with this peachy color, just give it a bit more contrast. So this is getting pretty crazy, very psychedelic, and just to review, in our layers we've got the original acrylic pour that we started with, that we used masking to build, and then we added all of these colors with a difference blend mode, and that is what's giving us this kind of psychedelic effect. And it's getting less realistic, but I wanted to go ahead and go in an even less realistic direction at this point and add some patterns, which is something we can only do digitally. So let's add a new layer. Let's go ahead and make that one difference as well as the blend mode. So again, we're tapping that N and changing it to difference. And I'm just going to rename that patterns. So in this pattern layer, I'm going to choose a light color. I could choose white, but let's just go ahead and go with this kind of creamy color here, which is a bit of an off-white. And let's navigate to the pattern reveal brush set. And this is a different brush set, and the links for both of these brush sets will be in the description. And so at the very top of the pattern reveal brush set, we've got the ornamental patterns. And there's quite a few different sections in here with a lot of different patterns. And we're going to use a few of these. But the main gist of this pattern reveal brush set, the more you press, the more of the pattern shows up. So I wanted to go with Dotty Deco Stripe, which is again in the ornamental section. And that is at about 20%. And again, we're in this patterns layer, which has a difference blend mode. And because this is a light color, it's going to pick up what's below. So I wanted to go just about 2/3 over, using the rule of thirds, somewhere around here. So let's just see what happens. So you can see that what's underneath is showing through, but in a different color because of this blend mode that we've chosen. And it's getting really interesting. So I'm just kind of looking to where is this looking kind of cool and pushing a bit harder in those areas. And maybe here is looking kind of interesting. So this is very interesting. It's again, we're going in a very less realistic version, and I did a more realistic acrylic pour video previously, and I'll make sure you have the link to that. But this one is a wildly unrealistic version, and I'm really loving how the pattern is showing through some really interesting version of what's beneath. So you can see like this cell is finished in a completely different color up there. And that's again because of the difference blend mode. So I wanted to do this in a few more patterns as well. So next, just navigating down. So we started out up here with the ornamental section. If we just navigate down to the celestial section, there's one called Sun, Moon, and Stars. So I wanted to stick with patterns that have some rather large, prominent shapes. So this is a good one as well. And we're still in this creamy color, still in the pattern layer. And we could also add a new layer, but I'm just going to keep it on this layer. So because the Dotty Deco Stripe was kind of focused over on this third of the page, I wanted to kind of focus over on this side with the Sun, Moon, and Stars. And this is going to be subtle, but I'm just going to add a couple of sun and moon and stars over here. I think that's kind of interesting. So I'm going to go ahead and keep that. And I might switch to a different pattern now. So this is really, really messy, really, really busy. But to kind of finish it off, let's maybe go with one more pattern down at the bottom of the pattern reveal brush set. There's one called Rainy Day. And this one is more subtle. And so I thought I would just sort of fill in some different areas with this. And it's just kind of like little dots. So this is really busy and loud and psychedelic and experimental, but it was really kind of fun to do, and I'm just going to call it done. So that was kind of interesting. We started out with a digital acrylic pour that looked kind of realistic, as a real acrylic pour would look. But then we took it quite a bit further, which is something that we can only really do digitally, and we added some patterns and we played around with the blend modes. So anyway, that was just kind of a fun little experiment. I hope that you enjoyed following along with this, and if you have any other ideas or comments, please do let me know. I would love to hear your thoughts. But thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.